Let's talk about the House of Representatives. They wasted no time trying to repeal Obamacare. Now, this is the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Republicans know how to play to their audience and to play to their base. And they knew full and damn well that on day one, they had to make a measure to overturn Obamacare, to repeal Obamacare. Even if they can't replace it, they want to repeal it. And that's what this is about. They're playing to their base. Here's the second thing the Democrats don't know how to do that Republicans know how to do. Republicans, if the Democrats had ever made a step on any issue that was significant to the Republicans' base, the Republicans would have made sure that robocalls, real life calls, flyers, emails would have gone out to every Republican in the damn United States. And I'm just curious, how many people realize exactly what they're going to lose when they lose Obamacare? Obama should have had every person who is registered for Obamacare receive a phone call letting them know that Congress is trying to take away their health care. And not just that, but go into specific details, right? But that's not what Democrats do. I don't know what the hell they do, to be honest with you, because it seems like the Republicans know how to do this. Republicans know how to do bad good. They do evil really well. They're great at that shit. While the Democrats are either tacitly just sitting there because they want the same thing done and they just don't want to be blamed for it. So that's why they let them do it. That's a strong possibility. Or they're just feckless. Either way, they shouldn't be in charge. Either they don't know what they're doing or they're complicit. Either way, they need to go. But today, they started the process, or a test run, if you want to call it, of repealing Obamacare just a few hours after the new Congress convened today. This is going to serve as their method of repealing it. Much of the GOP's anger over the last 8 years has been directly focused on Obamacare, and this is a play to their base. This is their way of rewarding their base. The way they're going to reward their base is by taking the benefits away from 11 million of them. Mike Enzi, Republican from Wyoming, chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, said, quote, "Today we make the first steps to repair the nation's broken healthcare system, removing Washington from the equation and putting control back where it belongs with patients, their families, and their doctors." You gotta love the spin. You gotta love the spin. This is such a positive sounding thing. What's not being said is 11 million of you idiots are going to lose access to health care with a pre-existing condition. You're going to lose the ability to get health care outside of an employer. Maybe you're not working. You're going to lose the subsidies. You're going to lose the ability to keep your kids on your health care till they're 27. And there was an estimate that said if Obamacare is repealed, an estimated of 10,000 people a year will die because of lack of access to coverage. So not only are 11 million people going to lose their coverage, but about 10,000 of them are going to die. And yet Enzi writes this wonderfully positive sounding spin. Today, we take the first steps to repair the nation's broken health care. The only thing broken with it is that we are afraid of going to single payer system. I mean, everything is broken with it, but Obamacare is about the best capitalistic neoliberal fix that you can put on our broken system. But I digress. The spin is beautiful. He says we're going to put control back into the hands of where it belongs. Patients, families, and their doctors. So positive. And somebody is going to listen to that and they're going to smile and think, yes, we effing did it. We finally got rid of that socialist, communist, Kenyan, Muslim Obamacare. And that same somebody might be one of the 10,000 people that are going to die each year. And there's nothing Democrats can do about it. Oh, this is done. This is going to be a done deal. Democrats are completely out of control, out of power. The Republicans are going to be able to do this in no time flat. According to CNN, Republican lawmakers say they don't want 20 million people. I'm sorry, I said 11. It's 20 million. 20 million people who have newly gained insurance because of the Affordable Care Act to lose their coverage, they plan to phase out Obamacare over time while they devise a replacement. While they revise a replacement plan that will make affordable health insurance available to everyone, but without a mandate. Well, it doesn't work without a mandate. And this is the problem of the Republican Party. They've had 6 years, 2010? It was 2010. So they've had 6 years. They've had 6 years to come up with a plan to replace Obamacare. If they are incapable of coming up with a plan in 6 years, they're not going to be able to get a plan. And the reason they're not going to be able to come up with a plan is because their plan was the plan that Obama put in place. Obamacare is Romney Care, is a product of the Heritage Foundation. This is their plan. And this just shows you the nature of partisan politics, that because Obama put their plan into place, they had to come out full swinging against it because they could not give Obama any credit for doing anything right. See, Republicans know how to play politics. But I digress. That was the last segment. They have no plan. They can't come up with a plan. They can't put a plan together that's going to actually allow for people to have with pre-existing conditions to get coverage without a mandate. The mandate is what puts healthy people into the system so that they can defray the cost of the sick. And without the mandate, it's impossible for them to have a tenable plan. But I can't wait for them to try. Go ahead, Republicans. Go ahead and try. Do your best. And we'll be sitting here just watching, just looking at the shit fall apart. And, I guess I have a sick sense of humor. I know this is going to hurt a lot of people. It is. And my heart breaks for them. It really does. But some of these same people voted Donald Trump in or didn't vote at all. And some of these people are going to sit back and celebrate their own demise. And the Republicans are running headlong into the situation where they have to fix it because it wasn't broke. Well, it was broken. I wanted to use the cliche, if it wasn't broke, don't try to fix it. But that's not necessarily true. But they're running headlong into trying to create something different, which is going to put them directly in the sights of the American public. This is not going to end well for them. It's not going to end well for America. I get that. But hey, this is the new America. This is the new America. This is where we are. The Republicans are going to be able to do everything they've always dreamed about. And the majority of the things that they dream about is directly detrimental to the average American, such that it actually is going to kill people, like literally, or at least according to research. So, it might sound bad that I'm laughing about this, but I really can't wait to see them try. Here's their strategy, though. One last note on their strategy. They're going to repeal it like as soon as Donald Trump, January 20th, that might be the very first piece of legislation that Donald Trump signs, repealing it. Donald Trump says he wants a replacement. He's not going to have a replacement, but there's going to be tremendous pressure for him to keep that campaign promise. He's going to repeal it, and it won't take into effect until 2019, which helps them get past the 2018 midterms, which was going to secure their supermajorities in the Senate and make it that much easier for them to do whatever they want all the way through 2020. The problem is that they play this game so well, and the Democrats are either complicit or they're completely feckless. And that's why they don't need to be in charge.